YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today, you guys, we're gonna be talking about why did I buy my truck and if I would buy it again. And we're just gonna jump right into this. I bought my truck. So initially I wasn't gonna buy this truck. I was initially looking for a Freightliner, right? And then I started looking at the prices of Freightliners, and all in all, I wanted a combo deal. So I wanted, to purchase the truck as well as an APU. So when I was looking at Freightliners, I'm like, dang, they looking at like 60,000, high 50s and things like that. And then I went over and looked at APUs as well. And then I called the dealer and got a quote, called Thermo King and got a quote on how much a new APU would be. Man, they said $15,000. I was like, no, I can't do 15. I can't do 15. So I was looking at 50 to 60 plus additional 15,000 to get an APU installed. And I came from Prime, so coming from Prime, you kind of want like that package deal, because Prime, you got a good truck and you got the APU, and it kind of spoils you a little bit when you have an APU. So then I actually found a Mack truck that was in Denver, Colorado. I was finna drive out there and I was gonna pick up that truck. It had an APU, it had like 300,000 miles on it. They only wanted like 50,000, for the combo deal. Like, for both of them, the APU and the truck. Got to looking at that, and I'm big on being able to get parts quickly, being able to find a dealer quickly, things like that. And y'all know that Mack trucks, it's gonna be scarce out there. If I would have got a Mack truck and I had a breakdown or something like that, you can't just find a Kenworth down the street or a Freightliner down the street. I'm gonna have to go miles and miles and miles to try to find a dealer to, find parts and stuff like that. So that kind of ruled out the Mack truck and the Freightliner. But also, I was looking at an International, but I didn't look too long at Internationals. I'm not a big fan of Internationals and how they look and, and stuff like that. I like the ones with the Cummins in them, but it's just because they have a Cummins. That's the only thing I would like about it. But I heard that the International engine is not that good. The style, I don't know, it was like an A26 or something like that. I don't know. Y'all probably know what the engine is called. But so now I came up on, after doing more looking, I came up on this Kenworth, right? The Kenworth that I have right now. And a little backstory: when I was with Melton, I had a Kenworth, and I actually loved it. Like it was a dope truck. It had the power, everything. Now the difference is that Kenworth had a Cummins in it, the one at Melton. I have a PACCAR, so I was kind of skeptical. But coming from Prime, I had a Peterbilt 579 Ultraloft at Prime, and it had a PACCAR in it. And when I first, knew that it had a PACCAR, I was like, I've never had a PACCAR engine, but I heard that a lot of people hate it. Like, they hate the PACCAR engine. I'm sitting there and I test drove the one at Prime, and everything. And I liked the engine. Like, I liked the way it sounded. It had a good little pull to it and stuff like that. And then after driving at Prime on this new PACCAR engine for a year, I never had no issues. Never had no issues with that engine. It had the power. Everybody was like, oh, the PACCAR engine, it ain't really, it ain't a good engine. But it had the power, it had the durability and stuff like that. So I was like, I didn't have a problem when I was with Prime. So I found this Kenworth. It got a PACCAR engine, has an APU, and they only want 42 for it. Now, they did require me to put $10,000 down because I was a new driver and I don't have a big credit history. I was like, I think I'm gonna take the chance on this truck. I'm gonna take the chance on this truck because I didn't have no issue with the PACCAR I just had, so I might as well take a chance on it. So I took a chance on it. I love my truck and everything like that. I love the engine. I haven't had no engine problem. Lord forbid I do, but I haven't had no engine problem. The only problems I've been having is like DPF problems and like sensor issues. That's really the only problems I had. And my ABS wiring issue, but I fixed that. But the only problems I had with that thing is sensors and stuff like that. I have the truck. That's the reason. That's how I got to the conclusion of how I bought my truck and, like, why I bought it, because I was used to the PACCAR engine when I was at Prime, so I was like, man, I might as well just go straight into a PACCAR engine. Now, considering all the factors right now, PACCAR parts, now, would I buy it again? PACCAR parts are crazy expensive, y'all. Anything with PACCAR on it, I think this PACCAR on Cummins or Cummins on PACCAR. It's one of the two. But, bro, the parts are ridiculously expensive. I compared some of the parts to Freightliner parts, and Freightliner parts are a little bit cheaper. And so, and Freightliner has more dealerships, all that good stuff. Would I purchase my truck again? That's a very great question. I guess it depends on situational. Like, if somebody came up to me with a Freightliner in good shape with a Detroit, I probably would take it. I feel like anybody would take it, right? But would I purchase this truck again? I feel like I would, and I say that because I feel like every truck has issues. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when people buy a truck, it's just based off situation. And I don't think it's more so like if you like the truck. I think it's more so like situation, like what your situation is. Like I found this combo deal, you know, for a good little price. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had no significant engine issues. I haven't had no engine issues. It's just, like I say, been sensors and stuff like that. So I think I would purchase it again. But would I purchase the same engine? I think I would, because I know this engine now, and better than I know a Cummins. I had a Cummins before, but I like how, you know, it's a lightweight engine. It's been good to me, you know what I'm saying? So I can't complain. I'm used to it. So yes, I would purchase my truck again. I would consider a Freightliner first, though, you know, and y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I probably would consider a Freightliner first. The interior is a lot nicer, I believe, than a Kenworth, but the Kenworth, in my opinion, rides smoother. I don't know what y'all think, but let me know what y'all think about how the Freightliner rides. I think the Kenworth is like pinnacle of like smoothness. Like, you could be, you know. But yes, I would purchase my truck again. I would keep the same truck. I actually love my truck. My first ever truck that I ever drove was a Kenworth, like I said, and I have not really forgotten the experience of a Kenworth. The first truck I bought was a Kenworth. So it's kind of one of those things. It's kind of like a sentimental and situational type of thing. But y'all, this video was a little shorter. Just was something on my mind I wanted to share with y'all. But y'all hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one.